Hey everyone, today we're exploring a topic that's bound to spark some conversation. The best 357 Magnum snubby revolver available right now. But before we dive in, let's set the scene. If you're a fan of snubbies, you're likely familiar with some of the major players. Smith Wesson, Colt, Ruger, iconic brands with loyal fan bases. But here's the catch. The revolver I consider the best isn't from any of these names. Surprised? Stick around and I'll explain why. Choosing the top snubby is no easy task. There are several factors to consider: portability, construction, quality, capacity, performance, and yes, even looks. Trust me, I've spent more time than I'd care to admit evaluating all the top contenders. But after weighing the pros and cons, there's one revolver that consistently stands out for me. And no, it's not about being the lightest, the least expensive, or the most well-known brand. It's about the whole package. Now, I know many of you are probably already coming up with your own lists, and that's great. But hang in there, because I'm not just here to share my pick. I'm here to break down exactly why this revolver deserves the title of best. From its construction to its performance, I'll go over everything. So get ready, because we're about to explore what makes a snubby revolver truly outstanding and reveal the one that rises above the rest. Criteria for evaluating snubby revolvers. Before I unveil my top choice, let's take a step back and discuss what makes a snubby revolver truly great. A snub-nose .357 Magnum has a specific purpose. It's meant to be compact yet powerful, and it needs to excel in key areas to stand out from the crowd. So what should we be looking for? First and foremost, portability. These revolvers are designed for easy concealment and comfortable carry, so weight and size are critical. If it's too heavy or bulky, it defeats the entire purpose. Next, build quality. A top-tier snubby isn't just about how it looks, it's about reliability. You want a revolver that will perform when it counts. No shortcuts. Capacity is also an important factor. Most snubbies hold 5 rounds, but an extra round can make a difference when it matters most. Ergonomics and aesthetics matter too. Let's be honest. Nobody wants a revolver that's uncomfortable to handle or downright unattractive. A thoughtfully crafted grip, smooth contours, and a solid design can truly set a revolver apart from the rest. Performance and trigger quality. Then there's performance. The trigger pull is a crucial factor here. Whether you're using double or single action, it has to feel smooth and precise. A gritty or excessively heavy trigger will immediately rule out a revolver. These are the standards I'm using to evaluate the contenders. Now let's take a look at the big names and see why none of them, yes, none, quite managed to secure the top spot. Analysis of major brands. Let's address the obvious question. If it's not Kimber, what about the big names we all know? Smith & Wesson, Ruger, Colt. These legendary brands have their fair share of impressive snubbies. But when it comes to choosing the absolute best, there's always something that holds them back. Let's break it down. Smith & Wesson 360 PD. Here's the deal. It's easily the most portable option. This revolver is so light, it almost feels like you're not carrying anything at all. Honestly, I even carry it myself when other options aren't as practical. But here's the catch. It doesn't top the list. Lightweight doesn't automatically mean better. To achieve that ultra-light feel, it sacrifices durability and shooting comfort. And that's a compromise I'm not willing to make when picking the best snubby. Ruger SP-1001. Ruger makes incredible revolvers, and the SP-1001 is certainly a solid choice, except for one major issue. It's too bulky for what should be a compact gun. The SP-101 feels more like a tank than a snubby revolver. It's durable, yes, but that extra bulk takes away from its portability. For me, that bulkiness automatically disqualifies it from the top spot. Colt King Cobra, close but not quite. Then there's the Colt King Cobra. This one comes close. Its trigger is outstanding, probably the best in its class. Plus, its classic Colt design exudes quality. But when you compare it to my top pick, it falls short in terms of overall build and design. Close, but not quite there. Smith & Wesson Model 60, a jack of all trades. Now let's consider the Smith & Wesson Model 60. It's a solid all-around option and priced more reasonably than most others. But once again, it doesn't shine in any one area. It's a jack of all trades, but a master of none. And for me, that's simply not enough to earn the crown. Introducing my top pick, the Kimber K6S. So what's left after ruling out the major names? Allow me to introduce my top pick, the Kimber K6S. Spoiler alert, this revolver is truly in a league of its own. Why the Kimber K6S stands out now, let's get into why I believe this is the best .357 Magnum snubby revolver available today. I know some of you might be skeptical. Kimber is one of those brands that people either love or dislike. But hear me out, because this revolver truly stands out from the crowd. Build quality, no shortcuts. Here first, let's talk about build quality. The Kimber K6S is incredibly robust, but it doesn't feel like a heavy-duty tank in your hand. It's constructed from solid stainless steel with no shortcuts. Even the hammer and trigger are made from top-tier steel. Here's a nice touch. The cylinder is recessed. It might seem like a small detail, but it makes a huge difference. When you close the cylinder, it fits perfectly with no visible gaps, offering a smooth, seamless look that's both clean and satisfying. Capacity, one extra round that matters. Speaking of the cylinder, let's talk about capacity. While most snubby revolvers hold 5 rounds, the Kimber K6S holds 6. That extra round of .357 Magnum can be a real game changer in a high-pressure situation. And despite that added capacity, the cylinder is still compact and smooth. Kimber's engineering is top-notch, allowing them to fit an extra round without making the gun bulkier. Design and aesthetics, a revolver that stands out. This revolver isn't just about function, it's downright stunning. Kimber didn't simply assemble this gun, they crafted it with care. Every edge is beveled, every sharp corner smoothed out. The gun has a refined, almost gemstone-like quality, making it feel high-end without being flashy. And the finish? Flawless. This is a revolver you'll admire long before you ever fire a shot. Ergonomics, designed for comfort. Ergonomically, the Kimber K6S is second to none. The grip feels natural and comfortable no matter the size of your hands. The trigger guard is slightly extended, providing enough space even if you're wearing gloves. And the trigger itself? In double action, it's smooth and consistent, with no gritty feel or stacking. In single action, it's light and crisp, definitely one of the best I've ever experienced. Now, I'll admit, the Colt King Cobra might have a slightly better trigger, but the Kimber K6S comes incredibly close. Small details that matter. Another detail I appreciate is Kimber's attention to small touches. Instead of flathead screws, they've used hex screws, which not only serve a practical function, but also enhance the revolver's modern look. And the markings on the gun? They're roll marked, not laser engraved. It's a subtle feature, but it speaks volumes about the quality and craftsmanship that goes into this revolver. Detailed review of the Kimber K6S. This isn't just a gun built for high performance. It's built to look stunning while doing it. Let's take the sights as an example. Kimber nailed this part. The front sight is fully removable and replaceable, allowing you to customize it to your liking. The rear sight is beveled and sits flush with the frame, contributing to a streamlined, seamless appearance. Unlike some other revolvers, the sights on the Kimber K6S feel like they were designed specifically for the gun, not just added as an afterthought. Reliability. Built to perfection. And then there's reliability. I can say with confidence that I've never encountered a crooked barrel on a Kimber K6S. That might sound insignificant, but trust me, it's not. I've seen crooked barrels on Rugers and Smith Wessons before, but with Kimber, it's clear they have taken the time to perfect their craft. When you pick up the K6S, you can feel the precision in your hands. Is it flawless? No, but is it worth it? Absolutely. Now, I'm not claiming the Kimber K6S is flawless. It's not. Its biggest downside? The price. With an MSRP of around $2,200, it's the prettiest snubby revolver in its category. Compare that to the Smith Wesson Model 60 at $820, Colt King Cobra at $1,000. Oh, and the price difference is quite noticeable. But here's the thing. Once you hold this revolver, once you shoot it, you'll immediately understand where Hi, it's worth the premium. The quality is undeniable. Why do I think the Kimber K6S is the best? Because it's the complete package. Exceptional craftsmanship, sleek, modern design, top-notch performance, and that extra round of capacity. That's why, in my opinion, the Kimber K6S stands above the rest. Kimber has clearly dedicated time and effort to perfecting this revolver, and it shows in every aspect. If you're looking for a snubby that ticks all the boxes, the Kimber K6S is the one. Now, I know some of you may still have doubts, and that's totally fine. Healthy debate is part of the fun. But for me, when I evaluate what truly makes a snubby revolver outstanding, the Kimber K6S is in a league of its own. So the next logical question is it worth the price? Let's explore that in the following section. Price and value of the Kimber. Let's address the elephant in the room, price. The Kimber K6S isn't cheap. At an MSRP of about $200, it's the most expensive snubby revolver on the market. But the real question is it worth it? And my answer is simple, yes. Consider it this way. When you invest in something of high quality, you're not just paying for the product itself, but also for the reliability and longevity that come with it. If you opt for a cheaper car, you may save some money up front, but you'll likely end up spending more on repairs and maintenance over time. The Kimber K6S, on the other hand, is a carefully crafted revolver made from premium materials, packed with superior features and finishes. If you're a gun enthusiast or someone in need of a dependable self-defense weapon, the K6S gives you peace of mind that lower-priced options just can't quite match. Resale value and final thoughts. Another key factor is resale value. Kimber products, particularly the K6S, tend to retain their value better than many other revolvers. When you buy something like this, you're not just getting a high-performing product, you're also investing in one that is likely to hold a strong resale price if you ever decide to part ways with it. And don't forget, every time you hold the Kimber K6S, the quality is immediately noticeable. From the craftsmanship to the feel of the grip, to the precision when firing, it's clear that this revolver stands out. You'll never regret owning one. Conclusion. If you're truly in the market for a snubby revolver that offers exceptional performance, sleek design, and long-lasting durability, the Kimber K6S is an excellent choice. If budget is a concern, there are other options, but just be aware that you'll be compromising on certain features where the K6S excels. To sum it all up, in my opinion, the Kimber K6S is the best snubby revolver available today. From its build quality and performance to its design and that extra round of capacity, it shines in every important category. Kimber has truly delivered a masterpiece, and it's hard to argue against the craftsmanship and attention to detail that have gone into creating this gun. Now, I know some of you have your own favorites. Maybe you're a die-hard Smith & Wesson fan or swear by the Colt King Cobra, and that's totally fine. These are all excellent revolvers, and I'm not here to dismiss them. But when I consider the full package, the Kimber K6S takes the top spot. It may not be the cheapest, and it may not be the most conventional choice, but it consistently exceeds expectations. Of course, the fun lies in the debate, right? So let me know in the comments, which snubby revolver do you think takes the crown? Do you agree with my choice? Or is there another contender you think should be at the top? I'm really interested to hear your thoughts. Thanks for sticking with me through this detailed review. Whether you're a fan of Kimber or not, I hope this has given you some valuable insight into what makes a truly great snubby revolver. As always, I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay safe and happy shooting.